Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, put your hands and other appendages together for The Logical Idiots. Starring your hosts, the man beyond time because he has none of it, Austin.
Well, our plan was to put these two scrawny girls right under the table while we were lifting it.
The man with 1,000 questionable opinions, Grant.
Shout out to Domino's, delivering pizzas to the wrong house since 1985.
And last but not least, the harbinger of death, the sword bearer, Mason.
I will break 2 of his legs for you.
He will break 2 of my legs.
Hello and welcome back to Logical Idiots. Now, obviously Mason is not joined with us today, if you guys can't tell. We're joined with Shire and Grant. Mason's having internet problems, so he's not going to be here. And, yeah, we don't really have a whole lot planned for this episode, unfortunately. It's kind of just been a busy week.
Life's been crazy. I had 2 exams this week. I got done up the butt by them, so I'm a little worse for wear, a little ragged.
Yeah. Although, I do want to talk about the Kanye shit. And Jonathan Majors one, we'll talk about that in a minute. But, the Kanye one, he literally watched 21 Jump Street, and because of Jonah Hill's acting ability in it, he decided that he no longer hates Jewish people. Which
Interesting.
is spawning some great memes, but honestly, they're just so repetitive now. Like, it's every single one, it's like me going back in time to show Hitler 21 Jump Street to stop the Holocaust. But it's literally every single, it's the exact same thing that like they keep posting. So
I love it every time I see it. It's like Pedro Pascal memes.
okay, but that's different. Like, that's like showing the same meme format and like different things in front of it. But I mean, like, it's the exact same like copy and paste, even the same movement shit. You know, like that's one thing I hate about it. But like, I don't know, it's still pretty funny. And then have you guys seen anything about the Jonathan Majors incident?
No, who's Jonathan Majors?
So he's the actor who plays in the he plays Kang in the Marvel, and he also plays in the new Creed movie.
Okay, what about him?
So as of when we're recording this, he was allegedly arrested for.
He didn't do it.
Well, let me get to it real quick. He was allegedly arrested for physically abusing this woman. But today, as of when we're recording this, she recanted on it and said she wasn't physically abused.
Free my homie, Jonathan Majors. He didn't do nothing wrong. Double homicide, triple manslaughter. He didn't do nothing wrong.
Dude,
I just love that shit. It's like free my homie George. George actually like murdered multiple people. He didn't do nothing wrong though.
Dude, when people like post that shit for celebrities, it pisses me off so much because like, separate the person from the art real quick. Like, it's like the Michael Jackson thing. He didn't do it. I love Michael Jackson. Don't say that. I'm like, you love his music. You love his music anyway, but he touched kids. You know, like,
bro. Everybody be hating on Hitler's artwork, but you couldn't do it. I bet money you couldn't do it.
You'd probably be right.
God damn it.
No, I think that's a perfectly valid thing to say.
Mayhaps. Oh no.
I mean, Hitler was a despicable man, but shit, I liked what he drew. I must, you know, color me bad, but I liked his drawings.
You should stop before you go too far.
He's already gone too far. No. Dude, I'm not gonna lie. This week is taking a lot out of me. I just don't have the energy anymore for college.
You know what really took the wind out of my sails?
Those 2 exams.
No, when your dumb ass made us fucking lose our Sons of the Forest ending.
Yeah. So, Shar, I'm not sure if you were there for the ending of the stream for it. But we were playing Sons of the Forest. We finally get to the end, and like I've had this fucking squirrel moment. We're about to board the helicopter. I look over and I see this like ping, and I'm like, oh, okay, let's go grab it. And as we go to grab it, the helicopter flies away. Because it shows that we'd rather stay on the island than get in the helicopter. I just saw a ping, like, oh, maybe it's like a little Easter egg, or maybe it gives us something extra, you know?
Wow.
Grant was so pissed off.
I would be
Uh,
too.
You know, I actually watched a full lore breakdown
Mhm.
of the forest and then the Sons of the Forest today. It was great. It was
I haven't-
fantastic.
I haven't figured out what I haven't watched anything about the forest, really. I need to look at the lore for that.
I can explain the whole thing to you now.
Okay, that works. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, you want me to?
Yeah. We need content, bro.
Oh, okay. So basically, the Forest and the Sons of the Forest, they're part of a franchise of games now because there's multiple of them.
Yeah.
But basically, it revolves around a world where on these there's two islands that we know of so far, and there's ancient artifacts on each island. And so in the first game, there is like this little pyramid thing, and there's also another like giant. They call it the power artifact or whatever it's called. I can't remember exactly what they say. But the power artifact basically is basically like a giant EMP. So like whenever you start it up, it just releases a whole bunch of energy and it just wipes all of electronics on the island. So at the beginning of the game, you're in a plane and you crash. And the reason you crash is because one of the people on the island activates the power obelisk and it fries your plane and you crash onto the island.
Oh, I forgot to start with the plane crash. Yeah.
Yeah, but what you don't figure out is that it was purposeful. Like this person who used the power thing purposely EMP'd your plane to make it crash. So the leading scientist on the island, the one who actually like made your plane crash, he's doing experiments with one of the obelisks because on the island there's like cannibals and stuff.
Yeah.
But way in the past, the first people to ever encounter the island were like missionaries, like Christian missionaries. And they come to the island and they just kind of, wander around and find things. And the artifacts that they find change them. And that's why, like, what are now cannibals to us on the island are descendants of the first missionaries that ever arrived on the island, right? And they developed like cannibal packs and like that kind of thing. So that's what we're seeing. And in the first game, there's also mutants, and we find out that the obelisk that the main scientist on the island is using, it has the ability to bring people back to life. But whenever you come back to life, you come back as like a mutant. Because what we find out is that it changes your DNA. Like it makes a whole bunch of mutations in your DNA, and it causes you to just basically you have a seizure and then you just explode into a meat pile, which is basically all it is. But the reason he's like testing is because his daughter is like terminally ill.
I see.
So he's trying to find a way to save her, and he runs out of child subjects to test on. Yeah, there's like all of the mutants on the island were children that they were testing on to try and
calm down, Joseph Mengele.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah, it's pretty brutal. But he crashes your plane, steals your kid, and uses your kid's life force to save his daughter. Okay. But immediately after his daughter comes back to life, and our son Timmy dies, his daughter fucking kills him with crayons, stabs him to death with crayons, and then runs away. Yep, because it's never really explained why. It's just kind of understood that she's not fully there anymore. Like it's not his daughter.
Yeah.
So you track down the daughter. She basically just is absolutely batshit crazy after coming back to life. She explodes into a giant mutant monster. You fight it, you kill it. And then this is the really bad part. The obelisk that they use to like bring the girl back to life and like
Mhm.
kill Timmy,
Yeah.
it requires a live child, like a live person, to transfer life into someone else.
Okay.
Okay, but you are the only person on the island alive besides the cannibals, and you can't use the cannibals. It's never explained why. It's just so Timmy, you just leave him on a bed, just dead. He's like comatose. He's just dead. You leave him. You go on, and you find where the power obelisk is, and you cause an EMP that crashes an airliner to save Timmy.
Damn.
So after the plane crashes, like the plane that you've purposely crashed to save Timmy crashes,
Mm-hmm.
there's a time skip, and now you're like on TV with Timmy. So it's implied that you managed to steal someone else's kid and transfer their life force into Timmy to save him and kill the kid. Bro
What is it?
crashed an airliner.
Was it still Timmy then? Because if it didn't work on the daughter, what makes it work on him?
That's the thing. All of the testing that the scientist did,
Mm-hmm.
like he was getting closer and closer to like a foolproof solution
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't want to use it on his daughter until he thought it was safe.
Yeah.
But he kind of went crazy. Like this guy like killed his wife to get possession of his daughter so he could like try and save her with like the testing and shit. Like this dude is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But Timmy does have seizures like all the other kids. Like right before the kids turn, they would have a seizure, then they'd explode into a meat monster.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy does have seizures, but he never turns into a mutant. He just has seizures and goes back to normal.
Huh.
So that's the end of the game. Now we get to Sons of the Forest, the game that we played.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the corporation that was funding all the testing isn't the same corporation that's on our island, but they're rival corporations.
Oh, that's why we saw that like pamphlet or whatever, like that news article that was like they beat him in a
Yep. And a
Battle
bidding
against-
war.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the two companies had a bidding war for the island. And the corporation that we know, Puffton Incorporated, won.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The silver jacket guy. That's a guy, by the way. It's not a girl.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's like Jianyu or whatever his name is.
Okay.
He is a spy for the other organization, the one that was on the first island.
Ah, okay.
That's why he never kills us. He's not like actually like he's not really our enemy.
Mhm.
He's just trying to secure the island for what we know as Sahara, which was the first corporation. So we go in to the second location. So on the first island, there is like the life obelisk
Mm-hmm.
and then the power obelisk. So there's two of them. And on our island, there's just the golden cube. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
all of these are kind of supernatural. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But we kind of get on the island, and when the cube, you know how the cube like changes dimensions?
Yeah.
It's based on moon cycles.
Okay.
Every 8 full moons, it changes.
Is that why it's 100 days?
Yeah. Well, it's a couple of weeks. I don't know if it's exactly 100 days, but like it's on a timer to when it moves. So we're on like a time frame. But if you're not inside the cube when it like changes dimensions, you turn into a mutant. Okay, so the video on the monitors that we saw where everybody just spontaneously changes,
Mm-hmm.
that's because none of them were in the cube, and the cube was changing dimensions and turned them all into mutants.
Hmm. Okay.
That's why that happened. That's why there's mutants on the island. And we go in and we try to save everybody, but obviously the Puftons are dead. And Jessica, she has three legs
Nope, not
and 3
Jessica.
arms. What is it?
It's not Victoria, is it?
Oh, it might be Victoria.
It's definitely not Jessica. You keep saying Jessica, but like then you'll switch names. Like you're
Probably.
very bipolar with the names.
I don't remember her name. The girl, that's the daughter. We save her, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, Timmy and all them. Timmy, like the person that we see is Timmy and the dad, are now like kind of hunting like obelisks and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
trying to prevent anyone else from like doing all the testing and shit that happened to him and like all that. Like Timmy, like it's never really explained, but Timmy finds a way. Like being inside the cube stops his seizures.
Oh yeah, because we saw him like.
Yeah, when he like splits into like multiple people,
Mm-hmm.
that's because in the first game, Timmy says to his dad that he feels like there's more of him inside of him.
Mm-hmm.
Like he says like there's other people inside of him. Like he's like more than one person. And so when he like splits off, he like kind of sheds all of that and he goes back to normal.
Oh, I see.
So yeah. So that's why they were on the island. Is because they were also looking for a way to fix Timmy. And they finally do.
Oh, cool. Yeah. Sons of the Forest was definitely a great game, but like, man, that took a lot out of me. It's definitely what do you say? Like mentally tolling, you know?
True. I'm glad we did it as fast as we did though.
True.
Because as the game goes on,
Mhm.
they like send like stronger and more enemies after you to like try and encourage like actual game progression over sandboxing,
Yeah.
which I mean obviously blows for anybody who wants to sandbox, but is nice for anyone who doesn't want to be inundated with killing like 30,000 cannibals every morning.
True.
Not that it would be a problem with that katana, dude.
Yeah. Facts, dude. Now I'm still pissed off that it wouldn't load my slugs into the shotgun. I didn't get to use slugs at all. I don't know why.
You know, we didn't even have to fight that thing. We could have just ran past it.
Of course we could have.
Hey, bro, I suggested we run past it, and you said no. You were like,
yeah,
"I'm out
after
of
you were
stamina."
already fucking dead. And you were already back at the other part.
I said, I'm out of stamina.
True. Dude,
I've
I don't
never
know
heard something
why.
about
I
stamina
really don't
more
know
than
why, but I
awesome.
was running out of stamina so fast in that game, and you weren't. I don't know why.
I
Like
just had my
every,
head, somebody.
every time, I would literally have like half health, or like not half health, half stamina or whatever. Every time we were fighting it,
That's because I always kept my food and my water full.
even when it was full, it drained so quickly.
I'm just really efficient at regenerating my stamina.
You're also efficient at dying, so
That's true, especially at the beginning of the game. I
Dude,
died a
yeah.
couple of times at the beginning.
I only died twice, and both were because of you.
That's funny.
I died the first time in the first game because I killed you, and then you got me back. And the second time I died was because we didn't get on the helicopter, so you shot me.
Bro, I died to you at least twice.
You died to me twice, and then I think you died at least 2 other times.
Yeah, I died to the cannibals. I died to the motorboat. Like the guy who had the motorboat engine.
Yep.
I died to him once, and then I died to the big guy at the end.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So,
It was a great game though.
what do you think we would rate the game out of 10?
I think for like survive with friends,
Mhm.
easily probably an 8.
Yeah, I'd put like an 8.4 at highest.
Like if you have like 1 or 2 people to play with, it is a lot of fun.
Mhm.
Like just dicking around, trying to hit each other with spears. Like it's a really funny time. If you're like alone,
Fuck that. It's like a
if
3.
if you're alone, if you've like played the game before, it's probably gonna be really, really easy for you because you understand that like if you keep your stamina up, you can just run past everybody, which Austin has a problem with because he never has his stamina up. But if like as solo experience, it would like a first time playthrough as a solo experience. If you don't know what you're doing, it's probably really tough to kind of get. I can definitely imagine getting really discouraged,
Oh yeah.
especially at the beginning. If like I had no idea what to do, and like nobody like, if I didn't look anything up and no one explained it to me, I can definitely see myself getting really frustrated with progression.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they're. I feel like gaming has just like been shit lately.
I
Like
think so too.
it just hasn't been good, and like every time there are good games coming out, they keep delaying and delaying and delaying them until finally we just get bored enough to where we don't want to get it.
True.
Like, I'm so fucking ready for Jedi Survivor to come out, dude. But now, because they delayed it, I'm not gonna have enough money to buy it yet, unless I manage to get enough through streaming in time.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like the truth is, I think the age of like multiplayer games is just kind of dead right now.
Yeah,
I
It's-
think
you know what it is?
What?
People are just try hard way too much now.
Oh yeah,
I think that's what it is.
because
I saw a post from Wildcat the other day that really like put into perspective how bad multiplayer games are for like FPS games. It's like back when he was playing, you know, when he was like our age, he was like COD was like going for sniping kills. If you use like the meta weapons or whatever, you were a nerd. Now it's like if
Yeah.
you're not using and exploiting the best weapons, then you're a nerd. It's like
you're not having fun. Yeah,
yeah, it's like what the fuck? That's I just I don't know. I really don't like what the gaming industry has become, and now you have these like you have Ubisoft, which is just like everything they do right, they do three things wrong on top of it,
yeah.
and then like Rocket League is just like CS:GO 2 and all that shit getting the new engines, and then Rocket League's just sitting there like, yeah, we're gonna put it in eventually, but we're not gonna announce when or like we're not even gonna show what it looks like yet. It's like we're all just waiting for it, and then there's so much shit. It's because like ever since Rocket League got bought up by Epic Games, I feel like it's been worse. Like realistically, like
Everything Epic Games touches is worse.
no. Here's the thing. I'm gonna tell you that's not true, and because it's if Epic Games buys a different game out, like Rocket League, right? The Psyonix, maybe the servers weren't great at all, like all the time, and I will agree that was a big problem. And with Epic Games, it's been fixed. But Epic Games cares more about Fortnite than it does anything else. So all these big
Yeah.
updates that you're getting are going to Fortnite, and everything else just kind of left there to be like, okay, well we've been playing this game for years. We want something added into it, maybe a little bit. And they're like, go play Fortnite instead. It's like, no, I don't care about it.
I don't know. I feel like Rocket League's a game where it's almost better suited to just not touch it.
Well-
And the reason it's better suited to just not touch it is because no matter what you do to a game, pretty much everyone's going to complain.
Yeah.
But if you make it to a state where everyone's just kind of satisfied
Mhm.
and leave it, anyone who's committed to the game is going to keep playing the game. And like you don't have to market to new people because realistically the players themselves market it to other people more than your marketing will ever hit anyone else.
And here's the thing, I agree, Rocket League doesn't really need to be touched much, you know? I think with the new Unreal Engine 5 shit, and like every game, like even like the ones before Rocket League, being updated to this thing, and then Rocket League's just being like, nah, I'm good. And then we're just like, okay, well, why? You know? And they haven't really given a good response to. But the best we can assume is like, oh, it might fuck with the physics a bit, or like some of the things, but like that's not been confirmed. We don't know yet.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I really miss like playing racing games, but PC has made it like almost impossible now.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I miss the days where like I'd be laying in bed just like playing racing games on my and looking at my TV, bro. Those were the days.
Yeah, I mean, I think a major flaw nowadays is that because video game like in like 2012 and the early 2000s and shit, video games was just a hobby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so the only people putting out games were like indie companies where they understood that it was just a hobby. It was something they did for fun, something they enjoyed doing.
Mhm.
And it wasn't like they weren't making things like they wanted to turn a profit, but like they were really concerned about making it good.
Yeah.
And now game like the groundwork that those companies laid years ago in making committed fan bases and like avid gamers
Mm-hmm.
has laid the groundwork for companies to see a market of, okay, well, if these people are going to play the game no matter what, we don't have to put a lot of work into it. We can just sell vanity cosmetics and microtransactions and make all of our money back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
It's shameful. And like that's one thing. I saw a video today that like really like I think the best thing for COD is what people to do is literally to just like
Stop playing.
not even stop playing. Don't ever buy another COD game. I think if we can get like everyone like they put out the next COD game, no one buys it, right? Huge money loss. We start telling them, okay, this is what we want for the game. They put it in and make it like good. There we go. We have another like Black Ops 2, you know.
Black Ops 2.
Yeah. Like cuz our money drives the market, right? So now
Mhm.
people are just like, well, you know, people enjoy watching COD. Oh, the new COD is coming out, you know, might as well pre-order it, you know, make some money off streaming for that. But it's like, okay, you're just making it more unenjoyable for yourself. You complain about it every day, but you contributed to them making the shit
Mm-hmm.
because you keep buying it.
Yeah.
And that's something people just really don't understand about this new shit. Like, another a great example is the new like not Black Ops, the Battlefield 2049. I
Mhm.
bought it because it looked like a new like Battlefield 4. You know,
Yeah, it looked like a fun game.
yeah, it looked like a really fun game, and then you play it and it's like, oh my god, this is the biggest piece of dog shit I've ever seen. This
Yeah,
is-
it's just so unpolished. This is like
it's yeah, I don't know. Battlefield 1 was a lot of fun, and you know, I'm like, okay, Battlefield 4 looks a lot of fun, so I'll play this one. You know, people enjoyed it, and then it's like, oh man, you had this hype, you had these great things for the trailers. Everyone was super excited for it, and then we get it, and we're like, this is this the best we can do, guys?
you know, for as much as we like dog on Siege, it is still better than any COD game.
Oh, I
Yeah,
totally agree.
nowadays.
I just think Ubisoft is handling it terribly right now.
Yeah.
They started making improvements and now they keep backtracking. That's the problem. Is they haven't learned yet that constant updates is what's ruining the game. We've told them over and over and over and over again, and yet they keep doing it.
You know, that's actually something that like looking behavior, the company that runs DBD.
Mhm.
And like Ubisoft, they're doing the same thing, right? They
Mhm.
are every major update, they try to adjust the meta,
Yeah.
right? But here's the thing. In Siege right now, I do not think there are like any broken characters.
No. I think it's
There is
perfectly
no
balanced.
one. Yeah, there is no one that like I get in a game and I see like let's say I'm an attacker, I scan them on drone, I'm like, all right, well, I guess this round's over.
Mhm.
Or like, god damn it, this is gonna be really annoying to try to play around. There was literally not a single character like that in the game.
No.
And in DBD, they're making all these changes to like perks, and DBD tries to flip the meta. Right?
But here's the thing, right? With DBD, I definitely agree flipping the meta is annoying. But I mean, it's also a kind of a good thing because like the killers, we see the same 4 killers every game. Where I've heard you voice this the past few days. It was like, oh great, we have another night. Guess I'm gonna get timed out of the game or whatever, or like just
Bro.
something. It's I don't disagree with flipping the meta. I think it's a good idea from time to time. But I think the one thing DBD could really benefit from is fixing or like changing something about like, oh, you can only go up against this killer like one time every 2 hours.
Yeah. I think you should be this killer once every 5 games.
There you go.
Just like they're doing with the map. I think
Yeah.
that would be really beneficial because it's like so annoying when you're playing and you literally get three of the same killer in a row. It's like, guys,
On the same map as well.
Yeah, I have basically played this game for an hour and a half now.
And you were out for most of it because you got
I
killed
got
first.
tunneled out of the game in the first 5 minutes. This is stupid.
Mhm.
And I guess I understand the meta flip, but I feel like they handle it really poorly.
Yeah, I totally agree. That's
Like whenever they flip the meta, it's always really heavy to one side or the other.
I think the best. Here's the thing. I think for they need to stop listening to pro players and shit. Pro players are not in like they don't have their finger on the pulse for what the community wants. Right?
I think in Siege that's true. I don't think that's in DBD. I don't think DBD is true.
Maybe not, but I think for genuinely most games, the pro players don't know what the community wants. The streamers and content creators do. Because the content creators and streamers, they actively talk to the community. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They are literally streaming that game, and the community like listens, responds, and like gives voices their opinion too. If you're gonna make a game and you're gonna like actively change like the metas and shit, listen to these streamers. Have like the devs and stuff go into some of these streamers and like get their opinions on what could be better about the game, what needs to change for the metas for this season,
Yeah.
and then fix it. But if you're going like off of pro players or just fucking doing what like our old school system did, is like, oh well, this food will be good for the kids, you know, they'll love this, and then it's shit because they didn't ask any kids about it.
True.
No.
Well,
like-
I don't know that like, I don't think that's a great analogy because like let's be honest, kids are fucking stupid. But
Okay.
Well, okay. I do agree to some difference. I mean, like for like high school, right?
yeah.
Like my neighbor, she worked with the person who like decided the full food for our school system,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "But we are gonna do a survey or whatever for the kid from like the high schoolers or whatever." But then I decided, oh, this one seems cheap enough, and it seems like it's gonna be good quality, so we'll just do this instead of surveying. You know, it's
Sounds about right for our school system.
but and for our old school system, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah, true.
it is what it is. You know, I think if game companies start listening to content creators like about what they can do to fix their game's gonna be 10 times better. Because who knows better than the people who are talking to the community and are playing the game like 10 hours a day?
True.
Like, pro players are different because they know everything. They like know every little detail about this thing. It's like, oh well, I can increase my movement speed by this much if this little thing is going on. So this is in my way. So now it's like, okay, but that doesn't benefit the community at all. It benefits you,
Yeah.
and it's just a selfish thing. I think content creators would be better because you know, I think they understand what would be better for the game.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely game by game though. Like I feel
It
like
is.
like in Rainbow that makes a lot of sense. But let's use DBD for example. Like
Mhm.
a lot of the pro players, like here's the thing, a large majority of the people playing DBD are like iridescent level players.
Yeah.
Like they are really good players. They're not pro players, but they're really good players. And so most of the time pro players understand that though everyone's not quite as good as pros, they still abuse the same like tricks, just not to the like precision that pros do, but it's still a problem. So a lot of the problems that pros encounter, regular people are also encountering. Right?
To a certain degree. I
but the
I
pros also understand like metas way
Mhm.
better than we do.
True.
So like what we were just in DBD, like right now,
Mhm.
the reason they're mixing up the meta is because the killer that they just put in, the Skull Merchant, is way too strong on certain maps because of 3-genning. Right?
Yep.
The two newest killers are both zone killers.
Yeah,
Right?
zone killers are so annoying, dude.
But here's the thing, zone killers in the current meta are too strong because we're in a Jin kicking meta. Okay?
True.
So they can zone a 3-gen and it is physically unable to be broken because of their powers. Right?
Yep.
Like it's just the knight can chase two people at once, all strictly around the 3-gen. Right? There's just nothing you can do. So pro players understand that, and that's why they're switching the metas to the healing meta. Like we're about to go into an anti-heal meta, which is going to be ass because now
Yeah.
every killer is basically going to be every chase you're going to be injured pretty much. So unless you're in first chase,
That's
you're going to be injured.
That's the way it was for like when I first started playing. Like my buddy, the first advice he gave me was don't even heal. It doesn't even matter. Like you're by the time you get done healing, you're gonna get hit again.
Yep.
You know, because it was in the meta of where everyone was running Nurse's Calling, and Nurse's Calling was like super OP. Now it's like less OP, but like it was really bad back then. It was back in the days of like barbecue and chili, Nurse's Healing, and like two other things that were just so fucking broken.
So it was like an aura reading meta.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. They're nerfing, like, they're switching the meta to a healing meta to get out of the Jin kicking meta. But now it's going to be super killer sided because every killer is basically, you're going to be like exposed the entire time. Because on top of nerfing healing speed, they're also nerfing all of the best survivor perks for like prolonging chases. Dead Hard, Boone, they're fucked. Right?
Dude, what they did to Boone is so fucking annoying.
Now you
like-
can't heal him. Yeah.
Yeah, like that was literally the main purpose for it.
Well, here's the thing. Now Boone is only going to be useful for like Swifts. It's only going to be useful for 4-mans.
Yeah.
Right? Because in like solo queuing or like duo queuing, there's just not enough people to make it viable. If you're in a 4-man queue, you can be like, all right, I'm going to the Boone. I need someone to come heal me. They come and heal you. But that's just not practical when you're not in a team. Right? So Boone, for anyone less than a 4-man, useless. Dead Hard, you have to get an unhook to activate it. And it only activates after unhooking someone, and then it deactivates. So you have to unhook someone every time you want to use Dead Hard. So you now, in first chase, you're never going to get Dead Hard. And after that, by the time you like are actually able to get like unhooks and shit, you're probably already going to be second hook by the time you ever get a chance to use Dead Hard.
Yeah.
And so it's going to be a no value perk again. And they're like, well, now we want to make it high value, like high risk, high value at the end of the game. But realistically, you're never going to make it to the end of the game because every time you try and go get an unhook so that you can use Dead Hard in the future, the killer is going to come straight back to the hook and down you immediately, and you're just going to waste your Dead Hard, and you're basically just going to trade a hook state.
Yeah, pretty much. It's, I don't know. Honestly, I don't even enjoy, like, I feel like there's not many games I enjoy streaming at the moment, right? Because, like, when it comes to Dead by Daylight, no one fucking watches, right? Dead by Daylight is fun for you and I to play every now and again, but it is terrible for viewers. Like, the community is just, like, it's not there, right? Siege is, like, it can be, but typically
It's
it's
very
like
volatile.
Here's the thing. When it comes to streaming Siege is like you're either not getting a lot of viewers, or if you are getting a lot of viewers, it's because the other team is stream sniping you. You know,
For real.
unless you're like a pro player, like no one gives a fuck. With Rocket League,
Or
Rocket League is
Jinxie.
yeah, Rocket League is very good with the community, but you don't fucking play it. So I have to either play with my friends who are never on, or I have to just like not play it at all and just like solo queue, which is ass. So like I don't feel like there's anything I really enjoy streaming that much. I like talking to my chat, and that's about it. Because I feel like even though I enjoy playing these games, it's just not like there's nothing good to stream right now. And I think the only thing that's really been working well is Minecraft. But like I hate playing solo Minecraft. I want to play with you two, right?
Sure.
But
Mm-hmm.
I mean we don't. The only thing we can do is get realms right now, and none of us have the fucking money because two of us are in college and one is, in high school. So I mean like we or no, is about to start high school or in high school now?
Neither. Well, I'm about to start high school in
Okay.
like 2 months.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean like none of us just have the funds for that. So like I feel like there's nothing that is good to
Yeah.
stream these days. Because I mean the only thing would be COD, but COD's just such a shit game at the moment.
Agreed.
Yeah. I don't know. And then Valorant can be fun, but it pisses me off. That is my 13th reason every time.
It is pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. It's like everyone sweats in like the lobbies you shouldn't be sweating in. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It's made by Riot Games.
Yeah.
Anything made by Riot Games is absolute dog water.
Calm down. Mason's gonna come in this chat just because he heard you through the fucking ether. He's gonna beat your ass because of it.
It came through the second dimension.
Yeah, no, but I don't know. I want to see what I want to talk to chat about it a bit and get their opinions on it. So like if anyone listening, if you guys have opinions on what we're talking about now, pop in my chat one day when I'm streaming and just like voice your opinion. Like I want to know. Like do you think we're just being over dramatic and like there are things that we're just not streaming? Or do you just generally agree that gaming is just in the shitter right now? Streaming for it is just bad. And I saw something that I totally agree with. The fucking economic crisis has finally hit streaming now, too. So where ad revenue's down, viewership is down. There are like no games to play like that are like good to stream anymore because everyone's bored of them.
Mm-hmm.
And so just like, yeah, I don't know. It's just I enjoy
CS:GO too.
I'm glad that we have this podcast because at least we have another form of content that's not gaming that we can just talk. Yeah. I don't know.
CS:GO 2 finna carry the gaming industry.
I don't even know if I would download CS:GO 2.
No, definitely.
I don't think I could.
CS:GO 1 was bad enough.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like it's
I don't know. I feel like nowadays the only good games are gonna be like story games. You know, like games like A Way Out, they just never get made anymore.
Yep.
Because companies are like, well, I don't know, it's not gonna make us enough money.
Mhm.
That's what they're saying. I guarantee it.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they are saying it's not gonna make us enough money.
Viewers, like anytime you have an opinion about gaming, follow the money.
These
If they're behind every corporation decision with gaming, film,
government.
food, like school systems, everything, it's about the money.
Government.
Government too, yeah. Like if they it's like a magician's trick, you know. If they say, "Oh, this is happening over here because of this reason," the real trick is happening over here, which is money.
Bro.
Yeah.
Where's the government? Where's the money at? It's in Iraq, in the ground. Well,
Ukraine.
I guess we'll bomb it. That should open up the ground a little. Literally did.
Yeah.
Everyone, if you're listening, don't trust the government.
Another
They
one
are
of
not
these
your
episodes.
friends. They are not your friends, and they will not help you.
No. Yeah, I also can't. The Tinder girl today, bro. I think I'm just not gonna respond anymore.
Oh, what was said?
We were like talking, we have nothing in common, and then she responds with LOL. I just never responded. So I'm like, I'm not gonna respond to like a fucking acronym. That's it. Like, fuck it.
Nah, man, you gotta bob and weave. You know, whenever
Nah.
she hits you with a jab, you just let it roll off.
See
You
that
hit,
that's
you hit her with another question.
here's the thing, right? I can't stand dry conversations, and like I f- I feel like I hear this every time where bitches are like, "Oh, dry convos are the worst," yet they're like the main reason.
The driest texters.
Yes, dude, it's so bad. I will get texts from girls all the time where it's like one word responses or whatever, and it's like
Please.
no, and then I'll hear like a few months later, it's like, look, you just didn't like seem like you cared. I'm like, are you shitting me? Not my fault. You were literally worse than fucking Moses on the stone tablets. All right. I could send this shit by carrier pigeon, and you still wouldn't respond for like 8 years. All right.
Fucking Christ. Like, I can write this. I can fucking engrave this shit in your window, and you still wouldn't look at it.
Yeah. Like, I. It just reminded me of. Did I ever send you the video of what the guy did to the Apple Store when he was young?
No.
So when he was young, like one of his buddies worked at an Apple Store, and
Uh huh.
back at the time, it's like people just went there to use the internet. Like, for free
Oh
Wi-Fi.
yeah, I did. I know what you're talking about now.
that
I did
one,
see it.
whereas like it's porn site popped up everywhere. Imagine doing that,
Yeah.
but it's like my text like all around her room and everywhere she goes, she still wouldn't look at it, bro.
I could stand outside your house with a boombox on my shoulder, and you would still be sound asleep in your room.
I could literally do the fucking like the Russian like mind control shit, and you'd still find a way to close your eyes. Like
Clockwork Orange got the eyelids pried open.
yeah.
You'd find a way to fall asleep.
hmm
Yeah. How do people sleep with their eyes open? I just don't get it. Because
I don't
that's the thing. Whenever we dream, our eyes, like whenever we hit REM sleep, that's random eye movement sleep.
hmm
Right? That's when we dream. That's because our eyes are moving, so our brain expects there to be a visual input, but there isn't one. So it just starts manufacturing like visual input, and that's
Yeah.
what a dream is. But how do you fucking sleep with your eye open?
I don't know. Well, because I mean, the same thing as when we daydream, you know.
No, that's just thinking.
I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but like,
Daydreaming, motherfucker just isn't paying attention. You know, like
yeah, that 1990s school teacher attitude, bro.
literally.
Yeah.
Bueller.
ADHD. No. He's just not paying attention. Do your fucking work, pop.
I think he has ADD.
Did you see that video of like
Attention
Chef
deficit
put out
disorder.
to show the like did you watch that episode of South Park?
I don't think so.
There's a part where like Chef is like showing the parents of like all the main kids like the dangers of like Ritalin or whatever. It's like, here's a new method you guys should try. And it's like, buy my book.
Oh, yeah.
If you don't do your work, I'll pop you in the mouth again.
I did see that, yeah.
I love that.
Me as a parent.
Dude. Like that's like both our parents or both our dads, dude.
I should never be allowed to have children in there, man. I'd just beat them.
Not even like a drunk beating, just for fun.
Literally,
It's like the ending of Step Brothers, bro. It's just
my wife would be like, guys, dinner's ready. Me and my 4-year-old would start walking to the kitchen. I'd just push him over so I could get there first. Like, that's me as a dad. He'd sit there crying on the ground. I'd be like, get up. We got food to eat.
I'd be like the type of dad who'd be you know the historian guy on TikTok with like the really hot wife.
Yes.
Yeah. Did you see his newest one like on her channel where like he's like, okay,
He
listen,
has a channel?
she has a channel and he has a.
I gotta find this bitch's channel.
Anyway,
So hot.
but she
She's-
mostly just posts him and shit.
I don't care. She is hot.
Agreed. Anyway, so he goes, okay, I'm gonna let you choose the baseball bat or the sword. Pick wisely. And he's talking to his daughter. She goes, I'll choose the sword. And he goes, okay, first lesson: never bring a sword to a gunfight. And starts lighting her up with Nerf guns. Like, a Nerf gun.
That's amazing.
That'd be me as a parent, dude. Teaching them
well-
every life lesson they need to survive, like working on cars. Like I was talking about this last night. He's like, Dad, can you teach me how to work on cars? Yeah, first lesson. Drops a 10mm straight in the engine bay. Okay, so what you want to do is,
What you want to do is run.
yeah,
Because if you don't, I'm gonna fucking murder you. That was my favorite 10mm socket.
no.
I've had it for all of about 10 minutes after I bought it from Harbor Freight, and you dropped it in my engine bay.
No, me as a parent would be like, hold the flashlight, right? And I don't even need a flashlight, but I want them to hold it just so I can yell at them.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be me, bro. I'm a terrible person. No one should ever trust us to have kids.
No, absolutely not. CPS would be on my door the exact millisecond I got home.
Get home from the hospital, CPS is waiting. So how long did it take you, huh? 2 seconds?
Literally. So there's been some worries about how you're gonna treat your child.
Like the second it like the second the baby pops out, you just smack its head back in, so it just shoots back in as it goes.
No, dude. You know how people do like Botox injections, and then they like put their thumb on it to make it like a donut?
Yeah.
I'd be doing that with my baby's soft spot. Just be like, yeah. Just push it in a little bit.
Yeah.
I reshape my baby's head, make it look like Stewie.
So I'm like, all right, everybody, welcome to Thanksgiving. We're gonna be using this football here. You just grab your kid's head and just just fucking ragdolling through the air.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think it's just about time we start wrapping this shit up.
Okay.
This has been a bad episode.
I thought it was fantastic.
Yeah.
Shire never once did participate.
No, not really.
I had nothing to participate in because it
Yeah.
was all about games that y'all play and controversies that y'all have heard about, and I haven't.
Yeah, pretty much.
Shameful.
So I got to sit here for an hour and listen to y'all's conversations.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's
It's
about the
riveting,
gist
isn't
of
it?
it.
Riveting
Dang how
stuff.
the audience
here.
feels. All right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and end this. So, thank you all everybody for watching or listening, or actually, I guess technically watching too, because we have this video now. It's a low energy episode, obviously. So, have a great night, get some sleep, and peace.